Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before the time of iPhones and iPads and this and that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into it. Today I'm really excited to bring you guys a very comprehensive and interesting technique within astrology, and that is how to find out if you will be embarking in a new love relationship in life, you know. And this is going to be using a bit of predictive astrology, and I'm going to show you the ins and outs of how to dictate within your chart or in other people's charts how to see if someone or yourself will be embarking on new love, or if new love or new relationships are about to occur within your life. Okay, so if that sounds good to you, go ahead and grab your birth chart, grab your friend's birth chart, grab your mother's birth chart, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, these are also going to be my top 10 indicators within the birth chart that will show you and anyone else looking who is interested what are the signs to look for when new love is going to occur in someone's life. What are the signs? What are the indicators? What are the transits? And so this video is going to really break down what to look for, what the indicators are in astrology that will show this, okay? Now, there are different and potentially other transits or indicators that may not be named within this video. Just know that these are my top indicators that I like to look for, that are the most obvious, all right? Without doing too much brain work or too much digging, if I see these transits or placements within the chart, it will show me that love is occurring very soon or suddenly, okay? And if you do not have these indicators in your chart, I don't want you to lose hope or lose faith or say you're doomed, you know. Just know that these are just the top ones that I consider that are to express when someone is going to get into a new love relationship, okay? So if you don't have these indicators, all is not lost, you know, you still have potential. It is just what I like to look for, okay? I will also like to express that within astrology, these placements and indicators and transits that I name in this video, you will need 3 or more in order for new love to be, you know, accepted into life, or it to show that new love is on the horizon for you or for the person that you are looking for in, you know, as a reading, okay? So just know you need 3 or more of these indicators to happen at the same time. You can't just have one, all right? And I will express if it is an exclusion from that, okay? If there is something that is exclusionary from that, or if there is a transit or placement or indicator that I see or that I express to you that does not follow that rule, I will express it. But majority of the ones that I explain, you need 3 or more. Just in general, you need 3 or more of these indicators to show that, you know, new love is going to be on the horizon, all right? The first indicator within the birth chart, okay, that will show new love is on the horizon, what I like to look for as an astrologer, okay, is to trace the transits of the North Node, okay? The North Node is that horseshoe looking symbol. It's kind of like an upside down U, right? And this transit is very important when it is in transiting the 7th house, okay? When that North Node in the outermost ring of your birth chart, you'll see transits. It should be green. It should be highlighted a different color than your natal placements. When you have a North Node transit your 7th house or 5th house, this is a telltale indicator that love is on the horizon, okay? Or within the time that that transit is, you know, within that house, you will find love during that time, okay? So this is what is being expressed here when you have the North Node transit in the 5th or the North Node transit in the 7th house, or even if you have the North Node transit in the sign of Libra, okay? So this is what would be expressed here. That's one of my biggest indicators. And remember, you're gonna need more than one. So if you have this one, put down a tally mark, okay? And then, you know, we're gonna keep going and see if you have any other indicators that I express, okay? So let's keep going. The next indicator is if you are having a Jupiter return, Okay, now a Jupiter return is one of the telltale signs of when someone will be meeting a soulmate or a life-changing partner, or just a partner in general, or will even be getting married, whatever stage that they are in life, you know. So this means that when you're transiting Jupiter is hovering over your natal Jupiter, okay? When you're having that type of alignment. So if you have Jupiter in your natal chart, and then you have the transit of Jupiter, when it meets that natal Jupiter, you will find that that is a Jupiter return, and this is also a great indicator for new love on the horizon in a person's life, or that a person will be meeting someone new at the time that that transit is occurring, okay? So that is one of the biggest indicators. And remember, like I said, you need more than one indicator. So if you have this indicator, put down a tally mark, and let's keep going and seeing if you have any other indicators within the birth chart that will be showing that you will be getting in love, because you need 3 or more, okay? You need 3 or more of these, okay? I'd even say 2 or more of these, but really 3 or more. Okay, let's keep going. Another very important indicator to show that someone will be getting into a new loving relationship or a new romantic relationship in life would be to see if a person is having a Venus return. Okay, now when it comes to the Venus returns happen a little bit more often than the Jupiter return, or more often than any of the other transits or placements or indicators that I name within this video. So with this Venus return, I like to use this one as kind of like a complement to the others, right? So this is like if you have any of the other indicators that I name in this video plus a Venus return, then Yahtzee, you've got it. Like someone will be coming for you, or you will meet someone at this time, okay? So with the Venus return, this is gonna mean that when you're transiting Venus meets your natal Venus, okay? That is a Venus return. This is a very, you know, auspicious moment for you in your life. This is a very miraculous moment for you in your life. You may be finding ease in that area of your life wherever your natal Venus is. And so just look out for that whenever you're having a Venus return, that if you have a Venus return at that time and you've got some other indicators that I've named within this video, then that means that this is a very high potential for you to meet someone new at that time in life, okay? Let's keep going. Another very important indicator is if you are having a Jupiter transit within the 5th or the 7th house. Okay, this is a very, very, very important one, because the 5th house, remember, is all about love and romance, right? It's all about dating. And when you are having Jupiter transit the 5th house, that would indicate that there's some expansiveness coming to that area of the chart, that area of your life. Same as to say with the 7th house, right? The 7th house is all about love, romance, and marriage, right? Your partnerships, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, right? Like this is what this house relates to. And so when you are having a Jupiter transit in the 7th house, this shows that Jupiter doing what Jupiter does, which is expands. It will expand this area of life, meaning that new love will be on the horizon at the time that the Jupiter transit is there. This doesn't mean that the minute that Jupiter goes to the 5th or the 7th house, that boom, you meet someone. No, it means that within the time frame that Jupiter is in that house, which is usually about a year or so that Jupiter stays in a house. It can change and vary depending on, you know, the sign, but usually a year or so that Jupiter is in a house, it will show that within that time frame you will meet someone, okay? And remember, like I said before, and as I keep saying and will keep saying, you need more than one indicator. So if you have this indicator, put down a tally mark, okay? And let's keep going forward to see if there are any more indicators within your birth chart that will show, you know, new love. Okay? The next indicator in the birth chart is going to be if you are having a North Node transit to the sign of Leo or Libra, wherever it is in your birth chart. You know, it doesn't matter if your Leo or Libra is in the 11th, if it's in the 12th, if it's in the 8th. If you have a North Node transit, not a natal North Node in Leo or Libra, a transit of the North Node going into Leo or Libra, this would show that this could be a time where you find new love, okay? Where new love could be on the horizon, all right? And you need more than one indicator, okay? So if you have this indicator, put a tally mark down, and let's keep going to search and see if there are more indicators within your chart that are happening at the same time, okay? So that is one of the telltale indicators, all right? This next indicator is gonna be extremely powerful, okay? This one's gonna be one of the most powerful transits or indicators, okay? And this is the transit of Pluto moving into the 5th or the 7th house, or Pluto moving into Leo or Libra, okay? This is going to be one of the most powerful transits and one of the telltale indicators for me in the chart that shows that everything that Pluto touches or is going into is going to completely transform, okay? I would even say Pluto moving into the 8th house can give this type of placement as well, because if we think about it, the 8th house is also the house of joint mergers, right? Of joint resources and finances, or, you know, what happens within love and marriage, right? When you get into a love or a marriage, you are merging joint assets, right? So you can't merge assets unless you get married, right? So therefore, Pluto moving into the 8th house could also give this effect as well. So I would say any transit of Pluto moving into the 5th, 7th, or 8th houses could bring about marriage. It could bring about a very intense new love relationship. It may really change your life for good or for the bad. It's just up to whatever is going on in your chart that we can see that. But do know it's going to be very, very intense and life-changing, okay? This is going to really change the entire dynamic of how someone was approaching this area of life. Okay, how they were approaching the 5th house, how they were approaching the 7th house, how they were approaching the 8th house. And so whenever I see that Pluto transit, it's a definite indicator. Like, I would even say this is one of those transits or indicators that could kind of stand alone. Like, if you don't have any of the other, remember I was saying throughout this video that you need 3 or more transits to be happening at the same time. You need 3 or more indicators to be happening at the same time in order for the universe to bring about or grant love for you in your life, right? But with this one, Pluto is such a powerful planet that I feel like Pluto going into the 5th, in the 7th, or the 8th, that by itself is an indicator alone, right? Like, you don't need any of the any other indicators, okay? So this is what this would express here, right? So let me know if you have this in your chart, because if you do, you better buckle up, get your seatbelt ready, because this is gonna be a definite life change for you. And that person that comes into your life is going to be the catalyst of that, all right? So that was one of the indicators. The next indicator within the birth chart is going to be if you have a, let's say if you have a Jupiter transit over your natal north node, right? That is going to be a definite indicator, because remember, Jupiter is the great husband of the birth chart. It is the great marital partner or spouse of the birth chart. So if it goes over your north node, it shows that at this time, love could be granted for you, okay? So let me know if you have this placement. The next indicator is going to be if you have a transit of Venus over your natal Jupiter, right? This could be a time where you are dating a lot, or where you may find a partner at this time. Remember, this is somewhat, Venus is a fleeting transit. It happens so quickly that I would say this type of transit needs to have it be coupled with other transits or indicators within the birth chart. If you have this one plus some other ones that I've named within this video, then yes, this is a definite time and a great indication that you will be embarking on new love, or will get into a new loving relationship. But this one is so fleeting and quick that you, like I said, you will need more than one, okay? So let me know if you have this transit in your birth chart happening at this time, all right? The next indicator is going to be if you are in your 7th house profection year, okay? So getting out of the transits, you're gonna need to potentially go and look at my other video. If you are not familiar with profection years, I have made a video on how to find out what profection year you are in, but I will link that in the video below or in the description box below. But if you are in your 7th house profection year, this does show that relationship can be a big focus of the coming year for you, right? And usually 9 times out of 10, that shows that you are getting into a new relationship, right? Love could be on the horizon for you, all right? Some dynamics within your love life and relationship life is changing. So whenever I see that a person is in their 7th house profection year during my readings, I usually 9 times out of 10 say that this person is going to be finding love. Or I also like to predict, right? Like, say a person is a year away from their profection year, I usually say, okay, next year you will find love because you'll be in your 7th house profection year a year later or 3 years later. You can always predict with that. And again, if you really want to predict when your 7th house profection year is, go ahead and definitely check out that link below. I will definitely link that video of my profection year prediction video in the link below, okay, or in the description box below. All right, so that is one of the indicators. The next indicator is if you have the transit of Jupiter into the sign of Taurus, Libra, Taurus, Libra, what else? I wrote some things down. Jupiter transits into Libra, Taurus, or the 7th house. That is going to be a telltale sign, okay? The next indicator is going to be if you have a transit of Venus going into the sign of Libra, Taurus, or the 7th house, or even the 5th house, okay? So remember, Venus is a very fleeting and quick transit, so if this is one of the signs that you have in your birth chart, or one of the moments that is occurring in your birth chart, try to see if there are any other indicators that I've named within this video that are happening at the same time, because you're gonna need more than one, all right, in order for love to be granted for you in your life. All right. And lastly, as a bonus, okay, would be if you are having a new moon within your 7th house, okay? A new moon transit of the moon within your 7th house will definitely show that, new love could be on the horizon. But remember, this is a very fleeting and quick type of transit and moment in time. So you will need to have that new moon transit in 7th house coupled with some other indicators that I've named within this video, okay? So let me know if this video was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any of these indicators within your birth chart, or if you have something similar, all right? Because this could be a great time for you. I'm wishing you guys all the best. I'm wishing you much love and prosperity out there. And I am crossing my fingers along with you to hope that you get new love very soon if you do have these transits going on, all right? You have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye.